Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. We try to pack in surprising facts and, just enough perspective to keep things interesting.
Hopefully entertaining too.
Exactly. Today, we're diving into the travel world, specifically the cruise industry. It's often misunderstood, I think, but it's been absolutely booming lately.
Yeah, it really has.
So if you thought cruising was, well, maybe just for a certain type of traveler, get ready because things are changing. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Our mission today is to explore the, frankly, surprising rebound and the evolution of cruising using the latest reports and data. We want to figure out why cruises are suddenly so popular again, maybe more popular than ever, and what that really means for you, the traveler.
And what's fascinating here is it's not just about getting back to, say, pre-pandemic numbers.
Right.
It's a story of remarkable resilience, adaptability too. It suggests cruising has evolved, become something much more dynamic than maybe just a fleeting trend.
So it's a real shift.
Yet the data isn't just showing recovery. It's pointing to a fundamental shift in what modern travelers are actually looking for in a vacation.
That's a really powerful way to put it. And the numbers, well, they definitely back that up. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
When you look at the projections, it's pretty astonishing, actually. AAA is anticipating a record 19 million Americans will get on an ocean cruise in 2025.
19 million. Wow.
Yeah, that's a big jump, like 4.5% over 2024's 18.2 million passengers.
And 2024 was already a record, right?
It was. This marks the third consecutive year of record passenger volume. It's not just a bounce back, it's like a serious upward curve.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, zooming out a bit, this surge really underlines a powerful consumer appetite for this specific type of vacation, especially right now. The cruise industry has actually bounced back stronger than a lot of other travel segments. Think about this. Cruise demand growth has outpaced hotel demand growth in the last 2 years.
That's surprising.
It is. In 2023, cruise volume climbed to nearly 20% above the pre-pandemic 2019 baseline.
20% above.
Yeah, in 2025. It's now projected to surpass 2019 by an incredible 34%. So this isn't just making up lost ground. It's aggressively expanding it.
Okay, so it's clearly more than just, getting back to normal. What's the secret sauce here?
The secret sauce.
Yeah, what's driving this? Jim Garrity from AAA East Central, he suggests it's because cruise ships offer something for everyone. The fine dining, the shows, excursions, those amazing views.
And just time to relax.
And crucially, yeah, dedicated time to actually relax and recharge. Apparently, these experiences are so good, they're turning first-timers into repeat customers.
That makes sense.
And Jillian Young of AAA Northeast, she points to another key thing. Cruises offer a cost-effective, all-inclusive option.
Ah, the value proposition.
Exactly. In a world where planning vacation costs feels like solving a puzzle, that predictability, that's incredibly appealing.
It's precisely that mix, isn't it? Broad appeal and, like you said, that predictable, all-inclusive value. That's proving incredibly attractive right now.
Right.
Think of it as mental liberation for the traveler. In this era of inflation, economic uncertainty, not having to worry about every single extra expense once you're on board, that removes a huge layer of vacation stress.
Absolutely.
That all-in-one package really stands out against, say, unpredictable flight prices or rising hotel costs.
Yeah.
It makes it a really compelling choice if you're looking for value.
That idea of mental liberation, that really hits home. And speaking of changing trends, let's talk about who is actually booking these cruises. Because the face of the cruise passenger, it's definitely shifted.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, a recent cruise-bound study showed this really significant demographic pivot. The largest group booking cruises now, it's the 25 to 44 age group. They make up a massive 45% of bookings.
45%, that's huge.
Isn't it? Then it's the 55-plus group at 26% and the 45 to 54 age group at 19%. So, this isn't your grandparents' cruise anymore. It's a much younger crowd-setting sail.
This raises an important question then. How are the cruise lines actually responding to this youthful surge? How are they adapting?
Good question.
Well, they're clearly re-engineering the whole experience. We're seeing this push towards shorter itineraries, more engaging ones that fit into busy work schedules.
Makes sense.
High-energy entertainment, too. And those adrenaline-filled attractions like giant water slides or skydiving simulators even.
Right, the wow factor stuff.
Exactly. And they're also dialing up family-friendly amenities, recognizing that this younger demographic often travels with kids. It's about transforming the cruise from maybe a passive observation into an active, customizable adventure.
It makes sense they need to cater to that different energy level. So with this new, younger demographic, where are they all going?
Good question. Destinations must be shifting too.
Well, the Caribbean has emphatically returned. It's back to its pre-pandemic dominance. Our sources say 72% of U.S. cruise passengers are heading there.
72%. Okay, so still the king.
Very much so. Alaska cruises account for about 6% and 5% are cruising in the Med. But what's really telling, I think, about this shift to a younger audience is the rise in shorter Caribbean cruises.
Ah, those quick getaways.
Exactly. 18% of itineraries this year are just 2 to 5 days long. That's a massive jump from only 2% in 2023.
18% from 2. Wow. That really underscores that desire for, quick, high-impact trips.
Totally.
And it's not just the destinations evolving, it's also where the bookings are coming from. Traditionally, it's Florida, Texas, California.
Right, the big coastal states.
They're still popular, of course,
Hmm.
but there's significant growth now from states like New York and Georgia.
Interesting. Why is that?
Well, Pierre-Lepage, he's the CEO of Cruisebound. He attributes this to really effective product diversification by the cruise lines, and also consumers just actively seeking value during these uncertain economic times.
So it shows the industry is broadening its appeal, reaching a wider slice of the market.
Precisely. A much wider geographic segment.
Okay, so the ships are adapting, the passengers are evolving, the itineraries are shifting. Now, let's turn to the cruise lines themselves. What are their big strategic moves?
They must be making some big bets.
Definitely seeing a clear trend towards bigger and bigger new ships. Companies like Royal Caribbean, MSC, TUI Cruises, Princess, Disney, they're all set to launch some of their largest ever ships in 2025.
Bigger is better, seems to be the motto.
Seems like it. You've probably heard about the Icon of the Seas in Miami.
Hard to miss it.
Well, her sister ship, the Star of the Seas, is starting up in Port Canaveral this summer. It really cements this bigger is bolder approach.
But this growth isn't just about sheer size, is it? There seems to be a parallel push for environmental innovation, too.
That's true. Tell us about that.
Well, the new Celebrity Excel, for instance, it's set to be the industry's first tri-fuel ship,
Tri-fuel.
meaning it can run on traditional marine fuels, but also methanol. It's powered by these specially converted Wärtsilä engines. This signals a broader industry commitment, hopefully, to greener operations.
So more sustainable options.
We're starting to see it. Companies like Royal Caribbean and Princess are also repositioning ships for the 2025-26 winter season. The idea is to optimize deployments, which can also help reduce environmental impact. But, it does raise an important question.
It is.
Can the industry truly balance the impressive scale of these massive new ships with the absolute imperative for deep sustainability? It's a real tension.
That's a crucial point, attention to watch. And another major strategy we're seeing is what they call close to home.
Close to home.
Yeah, basically positioning their ships closer to their biggest market, the United States. They're investing heavily in home ports, developing those private islands in the Caribbean.
Making it easier for Americans to just hop on a cruise nearby.
Exactly. The new Norwegian Aqua, for example, she's sailing Caribbean cruises for her first season instead of going to Europe. That shows the strategic focus on the U.S. consumer.
Makes sense. Catered to your biggest audience.
Right. And we're also seeing growth in the luxury end and even new brands popping up like Arroyo Cruises for the Arab market and Eastern Cruise targeting South Korea. So it's segmentation and global reach.
But this expansion, this evolution,
Yeah.
it isn't all smooth sailing, is it? There's been some noticeable pushback against cruising lately.
That's true. What have you seen there?
Well, in 2024, some anti-cruise initiatives definitely gained traction. There was that group blocking ships in Amsterdam, remember that?
I do, yeah.
And in Juneau, Alaska, residents actually tried, though they didn't succeed, to ban cruise ships from docking on Saturdays through a ballot measure.
So real local opposition in some places.
It highlights that critical tension again, doesn't it? The economic benefits these ships bring to ports versus the environmental and social impact on the local communities. It's a really complex balance the industry has to keep navigating.
That pushback is definitely an important factor to keep in mind as the industry keeps growing. But okay, let's pivot. For those listeners who are now thinking about jumping on board this revitalized world of cruising, so what does this all mean for you if you're planning a trip?
Good question. Practical takeaways.
I think maybe the biggest takeaway here is the power of technology and just planning ahead. For instance, those cruise line apps, they've become sort of indispensable, like your digital concierge.
They really have improved, haven't they?
Totally. Think about it. These apps are usually free on board. You don't even need the internet package for basic functions, and you can check in, look at your itinerary, do the mandatory lifeboat drill.
Oh, you do the drill on the app now.
Often, yeah. View daily programs. Sometimes even unlock your cabin door, order food, make dinner reservations, text your friends on board. This tech integration makes the whole experience much more seamless, which is pretty crucial when you're handling these record numbers of passengers.
Yeah, managing crowds.
It's truly a game changer for just navigating your trip smoothly.
It really shows how the industry is using digital tools, not just for efficiency, but to actually enhance the guest experience.
Absolutely.
But it also means, with this super high demand we've been talking about, things like shore excursions, those specialty dinners, spa treatments, they sell out incredibly fast.
Oh, good point. Book early.
Planning and reserving way ahead of time is more critical than ever, especially if you want those, high energy specific activities they're now offering. And maybe consider travel insurance too. Always a good idea.
Always wise. Okay, let's broaden the view again, get the wider travel economy. It's pretty clear that inflation is, well, a headache worldwide in 2025.
Understatement, yeah.
Right. This has led to crazy, unpredictable flight fares. One week a flight costs X, the next week it's double. Travelers are also looking for hotel workarounds, short-term rentals, house swaps, staying outside city centers to save cash.
People are getting creative.
They are. The key takeaway seems to be people are traveling differently, not less. They're maybe prioritizing the experience over pure extravagance, opting for slower itineraries perhaps, instead of cramming too much in.
And this wider economic context brings us right back to the cruise industry's financial success. Because what's fascinating here is how the cruise model, with its perceived value, that all-inclusive nature, it aligns perfectly with these current consumer trends, even with broader inflation.
So it hits the sweet spot.
It really seems to. Take Royal Caribbean Group, their Q2 2025 earnings report, exceptionally strong. Adjusted earnings per share of $4.38 beat the estimates. Total revenues,
Sure.
$4.5 billion. That's up 10.4% year over year.
Wow, those are solid numbers. Shows they're not just surviving the economic climate, they're actually thriving. How are they managing that?
It comes down to remarkable operational efficiency. Get this. They reported a 110.3% occupancy rate.
Wait, over 100%? How does that work?
It's not a typo. It means they're effectively filling cabins with third and fourth guests, maximizing the revenue from each ship.
Ah, more than 2 people per cabin on average.
Exactly. Plus, their net yield, that's basically revenue per passenger per day, increased by 5.2%. That shows they can command premium prices and manage costs effectively. It's real proof that their model offers this undeniable value that resonates with today's, mindful consumer.
So they've definitely cracked the code somehow. And their outlook, still positive.
Extremely bullish, actually. Royal Caribbean raised their full-year profit forecast for 2025. They're looking at adjusted EPS between $15.41 and $15.55.
Which is?
That projects an expected 31% growth year over year. 31%.
Incredible.
And they anticipate net yields will increase another 3.5% to 4.0%. Even more impressive. Bookings for 2026 are already tracking ahead of 2025's record pace.
Already? Wow.
And at even higher prices. This is supported by those strategic investments we mentioned. New ships like Star of the Seas, Celebrity XL, those exclusive destinations like their Royal Beach Club in the Bahamas. It signals real long-term confidence.
That confidence must be resonating elsewhere, too.
Absolutely. It's validated by Wall Street analysts. Several firms have raised their price targets for Royal Caribbean stock. And, maybe most crucially, the company has now achieved investment-grade credit ratings from all 3 major rating agencies.
That sounds important. What does it mean practically?
It's like getting a gold star from the financial world. It means lenders see them as extremely reliable, which significantly lowers their borrowing costs in the future.
Ah, cheaper to borrow money for more growth.
Exactly. That financial stability frees up capital for future growth and also for shareholder returns. They just approved a $1 billion stock buyback program, for instance. It's a very clear signal of confidence in their strategy and their future.
Wow. Okay. What a journey we've taken today into the cruise industry from its really record setting comeback and that surprising shift in who's cruising
Yeah, the demographic changes are significant.
to the innovative, greener ships, the smart strategies they're using to attract this new generation, and all of it underpinned by, well, remarkably strong economic performance. It's a very different picture than maybe many people expected.
Indeed. And if we connect this all back to that broader consumer trend, seeking mindful, meaningful exploration, especially amidst these economic shifts, it raises a thought-provoking question for you, our listener.
Okay, let's hear it.
As the cruise industry continues to adapt with these larger, greener ships, new destinations, increasingly diverse offerings, how might these innovations further shape your own perception of value and adventure in this always evolving world of travel?
Hmm. A really great question to ponder, especially if you're planning your next getaway. Thank you for joining us on the deep dive. Keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll catch you next time.